The NBA seems to be the one sports league where most superstars tend to stick around longest with one team. But hey, LeBron James has signed with a new team twice already. So don't be shocked if you see some NBA stars changing teams soon, because a change of scenery is best for some of them. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we dive into 10 NBA players who need a new team. And a huge shout out and thank you to King2 for suggesting this list. We do hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, feel free to click subscribe down below for more cool videos every single day. Number 10. Jonas Valanciunas. JV was drafted 5th overall by the Toronto Raptors in 2011. He's emerged as a decent center who can score over 10 points and put up double-digit rebounds a game. But the Raptors apparently tried moving him during the 2017 offseason. One reason was because they want to convert Serge Ibaka to center. Makes sense. Valanciunas may become the odd man out on the Raptors starting five. It's probably best for him to join a young team where Valanciunas can lead the front court for years to come. Number 9. DeAndre Jordan. The Clippers have apparently tried to deal Jordan before. Despite being one of the game's top defensive players, Jordan is way overpaid, making over $20 million in both 2017 and 18. The Clippers haven't gone on any lengthy playoff runs under Jordan. A rebuild is imminent, even if Blake Griffin chose to re-sign for the max. Jordan is better off going to a championship contender while he's still a defensive stalwart. Clearing cap space to chase a guy like LeBron James or Paul George would be a huge win for the Clippers too. Number 8. Eric Bledsoe. How much longer will Bledsoe hang around the Phoenix Suns? They've had plenty of time to build a contender around him, yet they're consistently among the worst teams in the league. They do have nice young pieces in Devin Booker and Josh Jackson, but they aren't even close to contention. Ideally, they trade Bledsoe to a playoff contender and acquire multiple young assets in return. But for Bledsoe's sake, a new team would help reap plenty of rewards for him. His talents are being wasted far too much. Number 7. Chris Bosh. Bosh sat out all of the 2016-17 season with blood clots and hasn't played more than 53 games since the 2013-14 campaign. You can guess that his career is starting to wind down. Meanwhile, Miami Heat president Pat Riley expressed that the team wasn't going to bring him back, which is best for both parties. Bosh has nothing to prove at this point, and he may as well chase a ring wherever he can. It's not going to come with the Heat, so how about a reunion with LeBron in Cleveland? Or perhaps a return to Toronto? Anything but going back to Miami is what's ideal for Bosh. Number 6. Dwight Howard. The 8-time All-Star hasn't been the same player since he and Kobe Bryant had that failed super team with the Lakers in 2013. Well, Howard didn't improve much in Houston, and his first season with the Atlanta Hawks could be deemed as a massive disappointment. Sitting on the wrong side of 30, the time is now for Howard to find a new home. Sorry, the Charlotte Hornets aren't going to cut it though. They're nowhere close to contention, and they aren't in a position to help him succeed. He needs to leave Charlotte at the 2018 deadline. Number 5. Mike Conley. Conley has been one of the NBA's most underrated players for a while now. The Memphis Grizzlies star averaged 20.5 points per game in 2017, which was nice after signing a $153 million extension. But the Grizzlies' dominant run is over now. A rebuild is imminent, and Conley deserves to go somewhere that allows him to chase rings. He's done all he could to make this team competitive, but Conley has to think about asking for a trade in order to win rings. Number 4. Andre Drummond. The young Detroit Pistons star is among the league's best centers and has finished no worse than second in rebounds per game since 2014. Pretty freaking impressive. Too bad he's not getting a lot of help on a rebuilding Pistons team. Drummond could be the final piece for many teams that are searching for a championship. Detroit is better off receiving multiple assets in a Drummond trade instead of keeping him around while this painful rebuild drags on. Drummond is simply too good to be on such a terrible team. This defensive wizard deserves to win now before his prime years are wasted in Motown. Number 3. Blake Griffin. The constant playoff meltdowns, the inability to get to the third round, and the constant clashing with management. Yep, Blake Griffin needs to leave the Los Angeles Clippers as soon as possible. Chris Paul left for Houston, but Griffin still chose to re-sign for the max. But was it the right move? No. He's not winning a championship in LA. They're now going to take some major steps back without Paul. If Griffin wants to win a championship, he'll eventually have to force a trade out of LA. Number 2. Damian Lillard. Here lies a star point guard who averages 27 points per game in 2016-17 on an otherwise extremely mediocre Portland Trail Blazers team. Face it, they're nowhere close to contending in the Western Conference. Lillard has done everything possible to turn Portland into a juggernaut, but they're just not good enough to beat teams like the Spurs and Warriors. Lillard could be a huge addition to anyone that needs his services, literally anyone. We just love watching the guy, and it's painful to see his talents get wasted. The man simply needs a new home where he can win. And number 1. LaMarcus Aldridge. During the 2017 season, the San Antonio Spurs were apparently looking to move out Aldridge. A report from ESPN said that the Spurs haven't been happy with how things have turned out with Aldridge thus far. Okay, this is bad. Could you imagine Aldridge's working relationship with Greg Popovich? Those two probably don't get along, like at all. The Spurs also have some aging players and need to inject more youth. Shipping out Aldridge and freeing up ample cap space would be a smart move for the front office. And for Aldridge, he could go somewhere else that will allow him to play a bigger role and to maximize his production. What other NBA players need new teams? Join us in the comments section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.